Welcome in along with Zach Robinson. I'm Steve Palazzolo. Today discussing the 4 quarterbacks who will be taking snaps in the college football playoff. It's all brought to you by Eckrich, the official smoked sausage of the college football playoff. All right, Zach, let's discuss the 4 signal callers. We've got Oklahoma, Alabama. We'll start with that one, the matchup between Kyler Murray, Tua Tagovailoa, the 2 Heisman finalists. Let's start with Kyler Murray, the good, bad, everything that we saw with him on tape this year.
Yeah, everybody's fired up to see this matchup against Alabama. We get a fast defense on the other side. Everybody said he plays in the Big 12, all these open windows, all these open throws. This is going to be a great test for him. I think I'm looking for his ability to escape and get out on the move and make some of those plays that he does. How quickly that Alabama defense is closing in on him, and can he get some of those throws off? Because in the pocket, he's going to make his throws. His arm is too talented. He's too good at diagnosing coverage, and Lincoln Riley's surely going to have a handful of plays that are going to scheme open. So he's so talented across the board. It's hard to say the weaknesses, but I think if they can get him outside the pocket a little bit, and if those guys can close on him, it might be a different challenge than he's used to seeing all season.
So this is going to be an awesome matchup because Kyler had our #1 passing grade and our #1 rushing grade, and if there have been issues for Alabama over the last couple of years, it's when they go up against the Deshaun Watsons of the world, the mobile quarterbacks. Can Oklahoma keep Alabama off balance enough? Plus, the tempo that teams have played against Alabama, keeping the defense on the field, getting them, wearing them down just a little bit. Can Oklahoma do enough of that to give Kyler some easier throws?
It's going to be hard because you look at the other side of the football and you're going to have to be going. You're going to have to expect to score over 50 points like the Georgia game last season. So they've got the goods to make this thing work. They're going to need some fortune on the other side of the football, but the tempo, all the different misdirection play actions, the stuff that Alabama has not seen all season long from any team like Oklahoma. So that's going to be a blast to watch, but Kyler is going to need to play probably a flawless game, no turnovers, if they want a chance to win this game.
We've talked about Kyler's NFL prospects. Be sure to check out that video as well, but this would be the test to see if he could handle NFL-type defenses. On the other side, though, Tua going up against a pretty weak Oklahoma defense.
Yeah.
This feels like one of those games where you just expect Tua and the Bama offense to move the ball. Oklahoma just needs to find a way to get 1 or 2 stops to keep themselves in the game. What have we seen from Tua so far this season?
Yeah, he's been incredible. Just knows where to go with the football. Decisive, can process reads, and he just gets the ball to his guys in space. We see all these guys can make plays after the catch, down the field, everything they got. So covering these 4 or 5 receivers, Irv Smith, the tight end, I'm not sure how Oklahoma is going to plan on trying to slow them down. It's going to be virtually unstoppable. I think Oklahoma's probably going to need to, if there is some areas that Tua struggles, it's if he gets under duress and you can force him into a couple bad decisions. It hasn't happened that much, but if you're trying to nitpick, maybe Oklahoma gets a little aggressive at times and tries to come after them and get opportunistic and try to turn the ball over because
take some chances.
They're not going to slow down these receivers.
A legitimate 5 NFL-type receivers when you include Irv Smith, the tight end. So that's what makes Alabama so tough. Credit Tua, he's been excellent this year, but he's throwing to an NFL group of pass catchers. So that should be an unbelievable matchup. The 2 top Heisman finalists. Let's go to the other semifinal game, Clemson and Notre Dame. Let's start with Clemson because Trevor Lawrence, we just ranked our top pro prospects among all of these bowl quarterbacks, and we gave Trevor Lawrence the nod as the true freshman. It's over on ESPN Plus, and you and I did the video on it. What makes Trevor Lawrence so special as a true freshman?
Yeah, you highlighted it all season long, just how well he's taken care of the football for a true freshman. It's been incredible. He hasn't made very many mistakes at all. We've seen the arm talent, the athleticism. He's got every single throw in the book. They got some great receivers on the outside, and he is not afraid to put it up to these guys to make plays. So Notre Dame, different challenge, a little more one-on-one, man-to-man coverage. He's going to need to make some tight throws. But the moment of being a true freshman in this big spotlight game, it hasn't really faced him all season long. We'll see if he's ready for that. But you can see maybe some early game jitters as a true freshman you would think could happen.
87.4 overall grade for Trevor Lawrence, one of the best we've seen for a true freshman. He also has one of the quickest snaps to release from time to throw in the pocket. And again, as a true freshman, how rare is that for these guys who usually just don't see the game that quickly, right? A lot of times you're holding the ball, We see veteran quarterbacks do that. So for a guy that's got the size and a cannon for an arm, he still has quick decision making and that quick release.
Yeah, that decisiveness for a true freshman has been awesome. He's not afraid to turn the ball loose into tight coverage while keeping it in a safe and accurate spot all at the same time. So that's a big thing, is just he knows where to go with the ball. This Notre Dame team doesn't move around a ton, so he should have a pretty good idea pre-snap of where to go with the football, and now it's just up to him making the accurate throws.
Let's go to the Notre Dame QB situation. It's Ian Book, and since he took over for Brandon Wimbush, certainly made that offense far more efficient. Wimbush has a cannon for an arm, just didn't always know where it was going. Book was kind of the opposite, right? Just accurate, good decision making, but going up against this Clemson team, a defensive line that created pressure over 40% of the time. Only 2 teams in the nation have done that. It's Clemson and Bama, and a secondary that's continued to get better. So what should we expect from Book, and how has he really changed that Notre Dame offense?
Yeah, he's been awesome all season. He is just kind of a crafty playmaker when you watch him play, and he's got the big throws down the field. Arm strength-wise, he's not going to wow you, but he definitely has enough arm. But I'm most, I guess, besides watching Kyler Murray against Alabama, I think Ian Book versus Clemson is going to be fun. This guy's so underrated, but still such a good player. We even said, hey, this guy could be a backup in the NFL, and he's a good player. But I think, you mentioned it, against that pass rush, he's going to need to play really well under pressure. He can escape, he can buy time, kind of create some space for himself. He's going to need to do that consistently, which is hard to do against this Clemson team. But it's going to be fun to watch this guy play, because he is a crafty guy that can do some things and really threaten this Clemson defense, I think.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be tough. That's going to be a really good matchup, this Clemson-Notre Dame game, because Clemson offense obviously can score, but Book going up against that Clemson defense, they need to be able to keep up. So he needs to play this mistake-free game. Also has a ton of passes that he makes outside the pocket, even though he's a little bit better inside the pocket, so something to keep an eye on. So there you have it. It's the breakdown of all of the quarterbacks playing in the college football playoff. It's all brought to you by Ackridge, the official smoked sausage of the college football playoff.